Let's do this. Hey, y'all. Hey, we are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. I know that it is working through as people come on. There you go. Go ahead and chat with me. Let me know that you're here. Listen, let me set my phone up. There we go. Oh, I see us online. Look at this. We look gorgeous on this Facebook right here. Hey. Listen, I want to give us just a few minutes. I see you guys coming in. Thank you so much. Go ahead, chat with me. Send a message. Let me know that you're here. We're going to talk a little bit about just some client testimonials. We want to talk a little bit about a program that we've just wrapped up. I've got two of the cohorts in the on the platform with me today. I've got the program manager, Christina, that is also joining us. And I am just so excited about the amazing things that have happened and is happening for the individuals. So go ahead, shoot me a chat, shoot me a comment so that I know that you're here. Really, hey, there we go, Miss Howard. How are you? All right. I just want to make sure I know who's here, right? I want to make sure I know who is here. Let me take this brand down because don't want any distractions. I don't want any distractions, so I'll take that away. All right, good. Now let me go back. Listen, I'm working through some things. Hey, Dorothea, how are you? Listen, she's an alumni too. Hey, Tanya, what's going on, Miss McCoy? How are you? So listen, guys, I don't want to be long, but I do want to just share a little bit of information. And really, I'm excited about this Pivot to Profit program. I have to give a little bit of a testimony on how this program came to be about for me. Hey, Angela. Angela, if you want to join us, let me know, and I'll shoot you the link. Christina can copy it and send it to you if that's what you desire. So just send me a message if you want to join us. We'd love to have you on the platform with us. But here's the deal, right? So as COVID was hitting and people were really going through and experiencing challenges on what do I do in the middle of a pandemic, I really started seeing people realizing the power of utilizing the digital space, right? Of being able to launch their businesses, launch their services in the digital space. And we know the importance that was required in the middle of a pandemic in being able to pivot, right? And we heard that word, listen, in February, beginning of February, really, truly, I had a download that was, this is the time to pivot. This is the season to pivot. And so even as y'all know y'all know me, I've stopped trying to separate who I am. So y'all know I had to pray about what are we doing and how are we going to do this and what makes sense. And as I began to pray about this, I know God gave me what I have been able to trademark now as the pivot formula, right? So it's not just something that's a cute name, but what I found is, even as I thought about that, I realized that in my own life, in my own journey of entrepreneurship, right, I've had to make some pivots. I started off with the focus on HR. And to be honest, I thought HR was it for me, that I would never leave the human resources field. But then life happened and some things happened, and I made a pivot. And I made that pivot into edible arrangements. So I go from owning a service-based business to opening up a franchise in a whole different market. That's a pivot, y'all. And so that's the things that I want to talk about, because what I found is, and what I share in this Pivot to Profit program is truly how I've been able to make these pivots in different situations, in different circumstances, but still create a level of wealth and income. And I say this, and I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. If you are an entrepreneur, solopreneur, you are looking to grow a business, let's then grow a business. Let's determine early on, is this a hobby or is this something I want to make money at, right? And if it's not something that you're truly interested in growing and seeing a difference in wealth transfer in your family, right? Seeing a difference in how it impacts your wealth strategies moving forward, then let's just say it's a hobby and be good with it, right? But I love the fact that we have in each cohort cohort, we've had a group of individuals that are so passionate about what they do and how they do it. And so we launched this in February of last year, right? So we are coming on 1 year of the 1 year anniversary of the Pivot to Profit program. And in all honesty, it has grown in the last year. It has been tweaked. It has been this, it has been that, because I want to make sure that the material is absolutely the best that you need, not only to launch your business, but to scale it and to grow it to the next level so that you are creating, hear me, sustainable income. Sustainable income. We ain't about that. Listen, I'm from Alabama. We put ain't in the dictionary, so don't play with me today. We are not, I know how to talk. We are not about that. Starting a business and you out of business 2 weeks later, right? We are truly about how do we launch this business? How do we grow this dream? And how do we make it now a reality that not only funds our dreams? Because you know what I found out is that so many people start a business because you're passionate about something else, and your business now gives you the income to be able to fund those dreams, to fund whatever it is that you're passionate about, to be able to fund those things, right? I call that kingdom building for me. But listen, whatever you want to call it, this is what I'm excited about. I done clicked on somebody. Hey, Miss Jonette, how are you? I see y'all. Okay, let me get out of here. Hey, Angela, how are you? Let me just say hello to some people. This is my cousin. Hey, my dear, I love you. I love you. I love you. So as we're talking about Pivot to Profit, we are ending now our January cohort. We had about 28 people that were in the January cohort. So excited about that. I've got 2 graduates that are here with me tonight. They're finishing up the program, and I just wanted them to share their experience, because it's one thing for me to talk about what I feel like is the transformation, what I feel like is the transition, right? It's one thing for me to share the value of what the program actually brings, but you know what? It's something else to hear it from the perspective of someone who has went through the program, who has experienced, you know, the platform, the systems, the lessons, the videos. And I will say, I will always be the one to say, we are still a work in progress, right? We are still working in progress. We are still making sure that, Robin, congratulations to you, because you are a part of this cohort as well. So we are so proud of you. But that we are continuously in a mode of improvement. So all of the folks that are in this cohort, they're about to get a survey. Yes, yes, yes. We love surveys, because that is how we continue to tweak the program, grow the program, so that it becomes something of value for you. So I want to start off, first of all, by introducing my program manager. Y'all, I love me some Christina Price. Now, can I say it's hard to keep me in order? It is hard to keep me in alignment. It is hard. Y'all, they are laughing because they know me. It is so hard. Is my friend Phyllis on here? One of my first VAs, one of my first assistants is Phyllis Looney Jones. And she will be the first to tell you, like, oh, we, Michelle, I know. So I'm like, okay, just to the best of your ability, keep me in line. And I know she like, really? How am I supposed to do that? But she does an amazing job in making sure the communication is out, that the questions are answered in the program, that she's responding to everyone. And so I really, really, really want to just give so many kudos to her. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you from the very bottom of my heart, because you have done an amazing job. Thank you so much of coordinating this program, keeping me on track, making sure, because half the time I'm just like, is it in my, I don't know, where am I supposed? I literally, y'all, this is a true story. I sent her a message tonight. I said, what a Zoom link? And she was like, Michelle, we not on Zoom tonight. We on StreamYard. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. And she was like, you remember I asked you that earlier today? I was like, shoot, I don't remember all that. But listen, so she has her hands full, keeping me in line. But I am so grateful for her. So Christina, I want to give you an opportunity to share from your perspective, right? You are new to the team as well, but you are also an amazing entrepreneur. She's an amazing entrepreneur in the financial services industry. She's got an ebook out that, listen, I definitely encourage encourage you to go stalk her until you find that ebook so she can email it to you. I want you to get your hands on that ebook, right? Because we have to know how to manage the money. She's an accountant by trade. Y'all, listen, we intentional about what we doing up in here. She is an accountant by trade. And so she truly understands, even as a business owner. So Christina, what brought you to me, to Pivot to Profit? And what are you? I mean, you've been able to experience the program firsthand. So tell us a little bit about your thoughts, where you are, what you think about the program overall, and then we'll go to Janelle and Lucrece.
Thank you, Michelle, for even, just bringing me on board and trusting me with your platforms and, what you have going on. And the Pivot to Profit program is amazing. It's one of the best out there that I've seen, and all the business stuff that I have taken. It really takes you from beginning. It kind of catapults you into like a massive amount of information and knowledge and how to launch your business. Why are you launching your business? It's not just little stuff, but we have like formulas, and we have different things to really keep your business on track. And so I truly enjoyed just being a part of that, and just trying to understand questions to ask, and trying to get people on track to launch their businesses. And I just truly enjoyed working the program, working for the agency, and working for Michelle. She is right. There's a lot going on, but one of the awesome things is that our birthdays are both in the same month. So I truly understand, her, where she's coming from. And I can say, okay, how would I, deal with the situation, and kind of, work from that angle. But definitely, if you are trying to launch a business, even if you've launched, you definitely want to be a part of this program, because she pours her heart and soul into it. She makes herself available, and it's a truly amazing experience. We have a community of other like-minded individuals, and so it's just awesome. I definitely would encourage you to reach out and join the program.
Thank you so much, Christina. Yeah, honey. Whew, I pray over you though. Don't worry. I'd be like, God, cover her, because I know I'm a handful.
Oh yes.
You already know you a handful. Like, God, pray. Let's bless her, Lord. Expand her, Jesus. So anyway, I want to go to Lucrece next, and I want to do that because I'm going to leave Janelle for last, only because I think it's so important that Janelle knows me, right? She knew me in my edible arrangement days, but now you've got somebody who didn't really know me, had no idea, met me on Clubhouse, got a sound bite, right, from probably an introduction and maybe something I said for just a few minutes. And then all of a sudden she is in the course and she is ready to get started. And so now she's had to navigate with me for these last 6 weeks. She has not asked for a refund, and we do have a refund policy in place. So she ain't asked for her money back. So I really want to hear from you. Number one, why did you sign up? And then number two, what was the value that you feel like you got out of the program?
Well, I signed up by the leading of the Holy Spirit, because when I heard you in Clubhouse, first of all, you are a woman of God, a great woman of God. And so I needed that. That's very important for me, because I've done like 4 different programs before yours. And what was missing was the Lord. And so that was a very important aspect for me, because it's hard being in the marketplace streets, trying to, represent, to build for the kingdom and represent our people in a way that, God wants us to represent. And so to be able to do that and balance that, and be able to, project your business and your creativity that God has given you, given me, given us, and share it with the world in a way where it actually kind of shows them the light of God. That was the reason why I joined your program, absolutely, hands down. And when I got into the program, the value, oh my God, is exponential. Just from I've done the whole customer, understanding who your customer is. I've done that before, but what I found in your program is the customers that I was attracting wasn't the customers that I wanted to serve. right? So you made sure that I honed in on that and became very specific through the different exercises that you gave us, and the questions that were asked in those worksheets were just very, very important to get me to where I really needed to be today, because that foundation, all it just laid the foundation for me to be able to write better ad copy for my for emails, for my ads. I'm ready to go on that. And then also the values ladder. Oh my God, I didn't know where I was taking my customers next. I'm selling them one thing and not keeping them in my funnel so that I can present more products to them. I didn't have something like that in place. So I'm like, it just blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Lord. I've been looking for something like this. I didn't even know I needed it. That's the thing. You don't know what you don't know until you're exposed to it. And Michelle, I just really appreciate your knowledge and your experience, and the fact that you have done this already in different industries and you translated it into this program, which is, it does become challenging, but the challenge is a good challenge. Any business that you do is going to be challenging. You just have to choose your heart. When you're working out, you got to tear that muscle so that you can build a muscle and be looking good on the beach. It's the same thing with your bank account. You want your bank account nice and fat. You want to build kingdom with that bank account and take care of your family and build generational wealth. Then that's what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do. And why not do it with Michelle? So it was amazing. And she does it with a sense of humor and love. She's very nurturing. Always had you cracking up in the program. But at the same time, you're going to get this work and you're going to get it done. So I appreciate you. And I absolutely have come to love you, Michelle. I appreciate your spirit. And I can't wait to see what God has next for you and for me, because I'm launching on Monday.
Listen, I am so excited. Congratulations to you. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Listen, that is what it's all about, right? And it's something that you said that is so powerful for me, because when I first started doing my programs, right, and offering my services, I tried to disconnect. I tried to say, okay, how can I be, church girl here, but then be this entrepreneur that really wants to add value to the lives of people over here? And I really discovered I can't separate it, right? I absolutely cannot separate who I am, and what I do. And it's because of that I'm able then to bring it in a way that hopefully resonates with those that are truly understand that what I do is a part of my purpose, right? And I cannot totally be disconnected from my purpose. So that is so exciting for me. It is so thrilling to me. And I love the fact that you brought out the customer avatar. Listen, you guys know that is my personal pet peeve, right? When people say everybody is my customer, no, heck no, everybody is not your customer. Let me just say that again. There is no absolute way that you can possibly believe that everybody is your customer. And so being able to, and I have to say, between that and breaking down the mindset that we do in the first module, man, that first week will break you down, turn you upside down, twist you all around, and have you wondering, what? Right? But what we realize, and listen, I have to say this, because when I talk about mindset and fighting those mindsets, I'm not telling you something that I'm telling you what I've experienced. And that for me is what's key, is that this has been a program that was birthed from I was telling somebody today, I don't teach theory, because I have a bachelor's degree in management, but I can't teach you theory enough to get what you need. I can teach you boots on the ground. This is how you overcome. This is how you make the difference. This is how you get to the next level. This is how you force your way through. This is how you pray your way through, right? That's what I can teach you. I can teach you how to have success measures in that arena. So I love this, because it is truly, truly, truly really walking through the phases that we have to walk through so we get to the next level. Now, I left Janelle for last. This lady, now I have to tell the story, right? So Janelle, she asked me back in 2014, Michelle, will you mentor me? And I said, sure. And then I privately said, what that mean? What does that look like? And I knew I wanted to do a mentoring, coaching. I knew that this was a part of me. But at the time that she asked me, I wasn't ready. I wasn't. And I am telling you, she would call me. And so then we went from talking weekly to talking monthly. And it's so interesting because she will always say, and I'll let her tell it from her version, but she's like, I just always knew you were my coach. And so when I offered this Pivot to Profit program, she was like, I'm in. And I want you to now hear, because we just finished her launch, her initial launch of one product. And I am telling you, we got results, right? Because that's what this is all about. Pivot to profit. When you launch, we ain't here to play. Listen, I love how the Bible says, I told y'all I'm churchy. I love how the Bible says that if you are willing and obedient, thank you. Dr. Shanks reminded me of this the other day. But the Bible says that if you're willing and obedient, some of us willing, but we ain't obedient. Some of us obedient, but we ain't willing. But if you combine those two, and I say that to say that's what you need to be to have to allow a coach to be impactful in your business and in your life. If you're not willing to show up, do the work, come to your own rescue, let somebody help you, take the lessons, learn from there, move forward. Yeah, this ain't for you. I mean, it is, but I'm just saying there's a willingness and there's an obedience. So, Janelle, I want you to answer those same two questions. Don't ask me what they were because I don't even remember right now. But I want you to answer those same two questions. We have fun, y'all, that I just asked Lucretia. But I want to hear your story. Why Michelda? Why Pivot to Profit? Tell us all about that.
Okay, so I'm going to give y'all the short version of our story. But yeah, our story started back in 2014. And at the time, I didn't have like an idea that I wanted to be a business owner. I knew that I liked the idea of business. I didn't know exactly what type of business I was going to be doing, but I had a lot of different ideas and I needed somewhere to put them in. Like Lucretia said, it definitely was a God thing because I didn't know Michelda like that to ask her to be my mentor, but I knew that there was something about her that was going to be essential and critical for where God was taking me, and that I knew that she was supposed to be a part of my story. So long story short, she was the primary reason that my business today, Bettis Financial, even exists. She funny story, but we were working together, we were on our calls, and I had a short amount of time to get my stuff in order because I told her, I said, it's not a business, it's just something I love to do. I'm passionate about helping people with their finances. I said, it's not a business, it could be a hobby, it's fine. And she's like, no, it's a business and I need your business name by the end of the week. And I'm like, well, it's not. I just told her it's not a business, but that's the importance of having the right people in your life to push what's on the inside of you forward. So I sent her a couple of names and she was like, no, those not it. And so I was like, okay, Lord, let's go back to the drawing board. Please help me pick a name. And Bettis Financial was at the top of the list. And she was like, that's it. That's the one. And I knew God had given me the name. And she just confirmed that that's what it was supposed to be. And by the end of the week, she had me on a live. I was open for business officially, unofficially, because I was like, no, it's still more stuff to do. Because if you know me, I like to have all this stuff together and I'll be overthinking it. I'll talk myself out of it. And she was like, Friday, we going live. We talking about what you do, who you are, and who you serving. And I got off that live having my first 5 new clients. And I was like, Lord, like this is a thing
I
for
feel
real.
God right now. Can I just tell you, I feel God. I told y'all I'm a churchy business owner. Go on and finish, but I feel God right now because sometimes, can I just interject this? Sometimes we think that we got to have everything perfect before we launch. Can I tell y'all that done is better than perfect? And so many people are sitting in the trenches waiting. And don't get me started on websites and logos, because if I see somebody else tell me that they can't launch their business because they don't have a website and a logo, I'm going to scream, and I'm going to scream really, really loud. Right. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me stop because I get on
That's
so much
okay.
when I start talking about that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so there was no logo, there wasn't no website. I had an email address and I had my business name, and I
And
told
guess
people
what? And you had 5 customers.
five new customers
There you go.
that I wouldn't have never had if I hadn't have just started where I was and been honestly receptive to able to receive what I knew I needed, and then acting on the steps that I was given, because I could have took the information she gave me and I could have sat on it, just being honest. And that's what a lot of us tend to do. We get all this good information and then we don't implement it how it needs to be implemented, and then we get frustrated when we don't get the results. And so I knew that at the end of last year, like, I'm going into my 4th year in business, and my business had got to a place where I knew that it was time for it to go to the next level. And like I said, I'm not short on ideas, but I didn't have the right strategy in place to get me to the next level. And I knew that I was like, okay, I need to go back to my coach. It's time to we need to get something going. So I reached out to her, and she was on the Ignite conference, and she started talking about Pivot2Profit, and I heard the Lord say, that's it. It's time for you to pivot to your next. And I'm like, okay, God, cool. You've already confirmed what I'm supposed to do. So right after she got up there, I said, okay, how I sign up? Because I'm not missing out on the opportunity. I'm not waiting to say, oh, I should have did that. I knew that if 2021 was going to be different for me, then I needed to not only push myself, but have someone that was going to be pushing me as well. Because like I said, I'm a researcher. I love to learn. I love to do all of these things, but you don't always have the right strategy in place. So came into the program. My expectations was already high because I already knew the value of what Michelle has already brought to my life, and how she's already pushed me from point A to point B. And I'm like, okay, now I need to see the profit that I know is in not only in me but in this business. And not to say that the business was not doing well, but it was not doing what it should have been doing. And one of the things that the first week was the mindset. Let me tell y'all, my mindset as a finance person was not where it needed to be, simply because I did this thing where uh, I would do from the ground up. Say, I'm gonna start all the way down here, and this is how I'm gonna try to scale my business. And if you know anything about scaling your business, you know that I didn't have the right strategy, formula, system, or mindset in place to receive what I knew God had for me. Because if God had given it to me the way that I thought it was gonna come, or how I believed it should have came, I would have messed it all up. And this is me speaking as a finance expert. So we can be experts in a lot of different things, but not have the right strategy for our own selves. And so what this program did for me was, not only did it change my mindset, it allowed me to launch things that I knew was on the inside of me. But again, I will do this thing where I will overthink. Let me say this, I used to overthink about what I should do, and is this gonna work? Who I should talk to. And when we launched my monthly financial coaching membership. I was so nervous. My husband said to me, "Are you sure? Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this right now?" And I'm like, "Hey, Michelle said it's time. I don't have no more excuses." I said, "I can
Go
literally
time.
ask one
Go
question.
time.
I could literally ask one question and she'll follow it up with like 2-3 different questions." He's like, "Uh-huh. She on you, ain't she?" I said, "Sure is, but this is what I need because I know me. And if you know yourself, you know that you are not always doing what you say you're gonna do. And if we just honest, we're human. So we need the
Y'all
accountability.
be
We need the
tripping.
push."
Sitting here on these $1 million ideas and tripping. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all
Yes.
sitting here on $1 million ideas and tripping.
Yep. And so I launched the Influence My Money program 2 weeks ago now. And when we first launched, I'm be honest, y'all, I didn't have anybody sign up, but we went back and we looked at what was I doing wrong, and we had to take it back to my customer avatar. I was speaking too broad. I was not speaking directly to my customer avatar's pain points. And the minute that Michelle and I went back and tweaked
And let
it,
and let me say this. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you because
no,
I
it's
get
okay.
excited. But let me say this because this is the level. I'm supposed to turn this off in this program, but I don't know how to because this is just who I am. We tweak this thing on a Sunday morning at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
It sure did.
So we have office hours and we have Q&A time, and you get your time, where I'm showing up in the process. But when you're in the middle of a launch, you don't need me to tell you, okay, you need to wait till my office hours next week to get your question asked or answered. Right. So I made sure I was on her email list. So I got the email, responded back, and started then da 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 da.
Yep.
And it didn't take nothing out of my time to do that because again, I'm committed to your success. So this was on a Sunday. I think it was like 7, 8 o'clock, and maybe it
It
was a little
was.
bit later, but it
It
was
was
an early
early.
Sunday. Yes. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was early, and so I went back, looked at my avatar's notes, and I said, okay, let me just go back in, um, resent the email out, and I kid y'all not, it wasn't even 30 minutes after I sent the email out, I got 3 people to sign up. And people were signing up not just for
Really?
1 month of the program. We talked about 6 months of the program. So not only was my customer avatar being investing in the very thing that I knew that they needed, the pivot formula works. Okay, let me just say, because sometimes you can sign up for stuff and people say, "Oh, this works," and it's not until you do the stuff for yourself that you realize that this works. Not in her business. I don't have to say, "Oh,
About to
well, so
make me
and
cry.
so said it worked in their business." No, I'm telling you that if you do the work, apply the formula, it will work for you. But it's, again, it did not come where I didn't do any work with it. No, I worked the formula. That's what you're supposed to do. And now I'm on my way to scaling this. This isn't my main thing that I do in my business, but it's a piece of what I was supposed to have done probably years ago. Let's just be honest. 3-4 years ago, probably supposed to have been did this, but I did not do that. But my mindset is in the place now that, you know what,
She ready now. She ready,
let's
ready
let's
now.
get it to the next level,
Yes,
because
she
this
ready,
is where
ready.
we are. So if you've been asking yourself, or you've been asking God for a sign or a prayer, or what it is that you need to do to get your business to the next level, let me tell you something right now. Don't wait. Stop hesitating. Stop saying I'm gonna do it. I may do it, because we invest in so many different things. But when it comes to investing in our business and ourselves and the thing that God has called us to do, we got every excuse to why we can't do it. But I'm telling you, you need this program. If you've been questioning, am I in the right business? Am I doing the right things? This is where you need to be. Okay.
So listen, I want to, and we've got a question from Angela. So I definitely want to make sure we get to Angela's question. I do want to talk about, because we've mentioned the pivot formula. And I know people are like, well, what's the pivot formula? Listen, I can't tell all the trade secrets. That's why you got to get in the class. But now I tell you what the pivot formula is all about. It's about, P is for position. And what we talk about really is the positioning that you need to take mentally. It's about mindset and development. Many of us don't realize the place of position of entrepreneurship. We don't take to heart that you've been given and granted the unique ability to create wealth. And so what do you do with that? That's how you position yourself. You position yourself in your mind. You position yourself with the belief that you can. Can I tell you this? If you don't believe that you will be a success, then guess what? You won't. If you don't believe that you can make a profit in your business, then guess what? You won't. Right. And so a part of that is making sure that there's a new position that we take in our mindset that allows us to push past doubt, unbelief, and all this other stuff, so that we realize I am positioned for this. I am created for this. I am supposed to be wealthy. I am supposed to be, and we quote it, I'm supposed to be the head and not the tail, the lender and not the borrower. But so many of us don't really believe that, right? So it's about the position, right? That's the first thing. What does that position look like? The I is for identify. How do you identify where are you supposed to be in the marketplace? How do you identify your customer avatar? Doing that deep work and research at the front end to know who your avatar was. So really, to answer Angela's question, she went back to the pain points that she had already identified with her avatar. This is what my avatar is struggling with. This is what my avatar really needs. This is what's keeping my avatar up at night. This is what's making my avatar, have restless nights and not be able to sleep well. And this is the problem that I am. Don't ever forget that entrepreneurship is about problem solving. We solve problems, period. And I have to say this sometimes because I always have people to say, oh my God, you're so creative. You opened edible arrangements. I saw an opportunity to solve a problem. And then I saw where the margins were big enough that I could make a profit off of it. It's simple math. It's not rocket science. It's just literally 1 + 1 =. And then how do I then exponentially grow that so that 1 + 1 might equal $83,333 a month? Oh, yes. It's all about the math. It's not scientific. It's all about understanding the math of your business, right? And so that's the I. The V is the value. What value are you bringing to the table? What value are you providing? What is the value that you bring in? Understanding, how do you price your product? How do you price your services, right? What is that value? The O is the operation side. What is the back end operations? The website, the logo, the colors, well, I'll keep moving and then I'll go back to that. The systems that you should put in place. And then T is about the turn. What is the metrics that you're using? What is the financial component of it? What does that turn look like? What do the metrics look like so that you know if you're having a profit? And then along the way, we brought in experts. We brought in a branding and marketing expert. We brought in a Facebook ads expert. We learned a crash course in Canva for dummies. We learned a crash course in doing landing pages for dummies, right? So that you had all of the building blocks that you needed to be able to start and launch your business, and especially in this digital world, right? So that is what the program, that's the pivot formula. It's really the formula that helps you get from A to B, A to Z, and do it in a way that gives you the roadmap and the pathway there. What's interesting is that this is a 6-week program. It's an intensive because it's aggressive. There's a lot of information that we cover. I used to do this in 30 days, right? So now we got 2 extra weeks added to it. It's an aggressive program. And what we want to do is when you follow those steps, you should be very close to launching that project and their business when you focus on those steps. Now, the great thing is you've got lifetime access. So let's say life happens along the way and you're like, I am not able to keep up or to do the lessons. Do it at your pace. Do it at your leisure. Right? We moved through it in 6 weeks. This time we moved through it in 7 weeks because I had the summit in the middle of that, right? But guess what? You've got lifetime access to the material, and I am always adding new stuff to the portal to help you grow, because I want you to be successful. I want to see you win. I want to see you make it. Listen, I don't even go through all of that. What would you say to somebody who is contemplating, because we've got the next cohort that is going to be starting around the second, I think the third week, Christina, of March. So we're opening it up again for our next cohort. What would you say to that person that is contemplating, is this the right tool for me to add to my toolbox to grow my business? Anybody jump in? You're on mute, Lucrece. You're on mute. Yep. There you go. You hit it and went back on mute.
There we go.
There you go.
Like, I would say to everybody that you have to make an investment in yourself. I think Michelle just touched on it. It is important to invest in yourself. Do the program. It is comprehensive. It is soup to nuts and so much more. And the reason I can speak intelligibly about that is because, like I said, when I first started talking, is that I've been through 4 different programs that were way more expensive than what Michelle is charging. I assure you. And so you are not going to get the same value for the price. That's number one. The second thing is the knowledge that she brings in, not only her knowledge, but the knowledge from her network of professionals that come in really just adds, exponential value to the program. And the way that she has it laid out is something that you're going to be able to grasp and be able to build on. And you have access to Michelle. It's not like she's, just recorded a program and then you just go on your own and you just have to press play. And if you got extra questions, you can't get them answered. She's a wealth of information. So the fact that you had the benefit of her coaching, and what I really liked about it is that I got to see her more than one time a week. It was like Monday, then I saw her on Wednesday, then I had a little special on Thursday, then she had.
Listen, I gave y'all too much.
Listen, and that's when you can really get the full benefit, because you're going to have these different questions. Yeah. Questions that come up, and she works on your particular business. She'll answer the questions that you specifically have for your business. So it's not like this broad blanket thing, and you're still left with questions. So that's why I urge you and I admonish you to definitely take advantage of this program while it's still available in this way, because Michelle is going up. You're not going to be able to access it.
It's wonderful that you said that, and I appreciate it, because let me just say, I had 3-4 people in the program this time that called me privately and said, why are you just charging this? And I said, I'm really trying to get as many people as I can set up and ready for 2021, because I do believe there is some massive expansion that is happening. But I will say, so thank you, Lucrece. This is it. It is not, this is the last time that I almost wasn't going to offer it again at this, but I'm going to do it one more time. And then after that, it is regular price. Okay, one more time. That's all y'all get. One more time. Just one more time. And so after that, then you got to pay what it costs. You got to pay what it's worth. I can't teach you to charge what you're worth and your value if I'm not doing that, right? And I'm just going to be honest about that. If I'm not valuing this program, and I know the value of this program, I know the time, the energy, the sweat, the speakers, the extra training, the extra stuff that you get in your portal. I have to be able to charge you what it's worth to show you and to demonstrate you that it's okay to charge your value and your worth. So once this March registration ends, it's a wrap, boo. I'm saying it's a wrap at this price. It's a wrap at this price. There's no joke on that. Listen, on Mary Little Lamb and Little Bo Peep, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I would second what Chris said. I think a lot about I can't remember who said this, but somebody once said that your net worth is connected to your network. And you can tell that Michelle's net worth is very high because of who she has connected to her and what she has invested in. Like if she were to add up the amount of money that she spent investing in herself, then you think about, you are getting access to stuff that you probably wouldn't be able to afford where you're at right now, but she's packaging it in a way that makes it accessible to you. So that takes off every excuse that you have to say that I can't afford this. And then you also got to look at is how many times have you missed out on investing in yourself? And then you end up regretting it, saying like, man, I wished I would have done that. I wished I would have had the time to go back and invest how I wanted to. How many times have you had that to happen? So don't let this be one of those times. Don't let it be one of those times where you say, man, I should have registered, or man, I wish I would have done that at the time that I was supposed to. So go ahead, when she opens it, make sure you register, get your seat, and make sure you're ready to move forward. Put the work in.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Look, Chris, you're muted. You're still muted. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm so sorry for the feedback. I hope that's not on my side.
I think it is, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to put some numbers to that. For a program like this, based upon my experience, you can pay anywhere from $5,000 to $16,000. I'm just letting y'all know. This is a steal. Don't sleep on it.
Yes, and I would just add, as Michelle just said earlier, if you're willing and obedient to do this, then jump on it and do it, because with Michelle, you will not fail. I mean, she's committed to your success. If you put yourself, or if you start out with an idea or something and it's not working, or it doesn't seem like the direction you're going in is going to make it work, she will literally work through ideas that will work with you. She's a strategist, and she strategizes everything personally. It's not like it's a broad business, like, okay, everybody's having this issue and she just is like a broad, coaching session or strategy, but literally personalized for you. She strategizes anything you need to grow. And so it's definitely, like everyone's saying, it's definitely, you get what you get for the price. Should be more, but she's being willing from her heart to, get people on for this expansion. And so definitely jump on and get in at this price. So.
Well, listen, guys, thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Pivot to Profit is now open. It's a 6-week intensive. We take you through the pivot formula. The classes will start, I want to say it's the 3rd week of March. So you've got about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks that it will be open. I'll do a webinar at some point to share a little bit more about the program. But what I want to encourage you is to not delay. If you need to break it down into 3 payments, I will allow a 3 payment option. But this is the last time that I will price it at $497. Like, this is it. It will be $997 or higher moving forward from here. So you definitely want to make sure that you are hopping in, jumping in. Now, on the other hand, I do have some individuals that are saying, I've already launched, I've already started, I'm already just ready to scale. We are offering a mastermind program that's a 12-month commitment. You get one-to-one coaching session in the 6-week intensive. In the mastermind, you get a monthly coaching session. And we really get the opportunity to dig in, to help you go to the next level, to really give you strategy, training, all of the resources that you need to push it to the next level. So I definitely want to encourage you, whether it's the Pivot to Profit Intensive, or if you feel like you're no longer at that stage where you're scaling, but you're really ready, you've launched and you're just ready to go, then the mastermind might be an option for you. DM me, message me. I'll even put my link here if you want to schedule a discovery call and we talk about what is the best option for you. I'll be more than happy. And people know me. I'm just going to tell you straight, flat-footed, this is this. I had somebody to call me just recently about they wanted to go in the mastermind program. And I just told them, and the mastermind is a higher investment, but I told them, you're just not ready for it. And I don't want to waste your time, my time, or your money, right? And so that's the kind of level of, I'm just real about helping you cross those levels so that you get to what you need and what you desire in a way that makes sense for you and your business. And that's where my passion is. So thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for joining me. To all of our graduates of the Pivot to Profit 6-week intensive of this program, I am so super duper proud of y'all. Y'all have made me proud. I am just I see Kiki on here, Robin, I see you, Dorothea, I see you. Tanya McCoy says she is ready to sign up. Congratulations to you. I have a couple of doctors that have already signed up for the mastermind program. So we're ready to get them started. Angela Black, congratulations to you. We've got just so many things that we're doing, moving the needle. Hey, Phyllis Looney Jones, that's my girl. But really helping entrepreneurs move the needle so that you can create legacy wealth for you and your family that really, really, really serves to build kingdom and community. And y'all know that is my passion and my purpose. So congratulations to everyone who has graduated now from the Pivot to Profit program. We have certificates that we are going to digitally send to you. And I'm just so excited. I cannot wait to see. And listen, this is not the end. Pivot to Profit cannot be the end. Pivot to Profit has to be the beginning as you now go and move and navigate to your next, to get to the revenue that you deserve. And can I tell you, you guys deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. So I am, listen, who is this popping up in here? So I am so excited for you, so excited for what is happening, and so excited for the changes that are going to happen as a result of your commitment to this process. Thank you all so much. Have a great night. Any final comments, remarks, words, anything?
This was an amazing experience. We love you. Thank you so much for just even doing what God has called you to do, because our businesses are better because of it. So we bless you and we thank you, and we absolutely love you and adore you.
I love y'all so much. Oh, y'all gonna make me cry. Y'all know I'm a big crybaby. Oh, thank you. I'm so excited. Hugs. I can't wait till the world opens up, because we are going to have a Pivot to Profit conference. Anybody good for that? What do y'all think about that? A Pivot to Profit conference? I'm not talking about a summit. I'm talking about a conference where we are in the ballroom. Yes. Are y'all ready for that? I'm ready for that. So we're going to work on that. I'm so excited. I love y'all madly. Y'all be blessed. Bye-bye, y'all. Woo-hoo-hoo.